You think the games are rigged. Vegas rigs your time. The question is simple. How many decisions can they squeeze out of you each hour? And how do you flip that back in your favor? Vegas won about $15.5 billion in gaming revenue last year. The Strip alone pulled around $8.9 billion. That is not a magic trick. That is minutes turning into money. Fewer decisions per hour means less expected loss without changing your bet. We will trace your cash, the cameras, the comps, and end with the lever you control. Picture the casino floor from above. Now picture a stopwatch over it. Every spin, hand, and roll is one tick. The house edge is the margin. The tick rate is the throttle. You cannot fix the margin on most games, but you can slow the throttle. Follow your money. You buy in at a table or feed a machine. The cash drops into a locked box or a bill stacker. Later, a sealed cart team collects it under cameras. They roll it to a count room behind the scenes. In the count room, 2 or more people handle the cash at the same time. That is called dual custody. Cameras watch the whole process. Machines count the bills and reconcile them to meters on every slot and every table. It is an industrial money conveyor belt. From the count room, totals hit the cage and the vault. Then, an armored truck picks up cash at set times. Every handoff is recorded. Every number ties back to a machine meter or a table drop. The river keeps moving because the rules force it to. Here is a story that shows control. A robber once grabbed about 1.5 million in high-value chips at the Bellagio and sped off on a motorcycle. The casino later killed those chips by retiring that denomination. Most of the haul turned into colorful plastic. He went to prison. The back end matters as much as the front. Now the number you think about is house edge. That is the average loss on each decision. Double zero roulette is about 5.26%. Single zero is about 2.7%. Same wheel look, half the leak. Blackjack with good rules and basic strategy can sit near 0.5%. Swap in a 6-to-5 blackjack payout and it jumps around 2% or more. Same swing for your wallet, different sign on the felt is a bigger tax. Craps pass line is about 1.41%. The free odds bet on top is 0% edge. That part is fair. It also raises your swings. Baccarat banker is around 1.06%. Player is about 1.24%. The tie looks fun. It is closer to 14%. Skip it. Here is the confusing part. Table hold-in reports can look bigger than those edges. That is because chips circle the table many times. The casino keeps a slice each time. High velocity over a small margin turns into a chunky hold for the shift. Now the time machine. Slots often run 500 to 700 spins each hour. Fast hands can push 800. That is a lot of ticks on the clock. Blackjack heads-up can hit around 200 hands per hour. At a full table, it drops to 60 or 70. Same bet size, 1/3 the speed. That alone crushes your burn rate. Slots used to jam with coins. Ticket in, ticket out systems sped everything up. No coin fills, no hopper jams. Your next spin is one button away. Dealers got faster too. Continuous shufflers and quick dealing trim breaks between hands. Even some bars tie free drinks to steady play. If your meter slows or you pause, the comp can pause. The message is clear. Keep the spins and hands coming. Let's talk slots by denomination. On the Strip, the average slot win is often in the 8 to 10% range. Penny machines are often worse. 10 to 12% or more is common. Higher denomination machines like quarters and dollars often pay back more. Think 5 to 8% hold. Here is a quiet math check. You bet about $1.76 each spin on a flashy penny slot. You spin around 650 times an hour. At a 10% hold, the expected loss is around $114 per hour. That is the cost of speed. Now comps. The casino rates you before you play. They estimate your theoretical loss. They call it Theo. The formula is simple. Average bet times assumed house edge times decisions per hour times time played. At blackjack, they might rate you at 1.5 to 2% edge, even if you play well. So a $25 average bet at 60 hands per hour for 4 hours at 1.5% is about $90 in Theo. At roughly 30% back in comps, that is about $27 in value. On slots, Theo comes from coin in. $3 each spin, 600 spins each hour. 3 hours total is $5,400 of coin in. At 10% hold, that is $540 of Theo. If you get about 20% back, that is around $108 in comps. Now you see why they love fast slots. Cameras keep the river honest. Big resorts run thousands of lenses. Tables, pits, cages, and count rooms must be watched at all times. That is in the rules. High-limit chips can have RFID tags. Shoes and tables are often tracked. Ratings can post to the system with little human input. Drop and soft count shifts run under cameras with dual custody and audit trails. Security is not only about cheaters. It keeps money totals right and moving. Let's hit a few table traps. 6 to 5 blackjack adds about 1.39 percentage points over 3 to 2. If you bet $25 at 60 hands an hour, that is about $20 more in expected loss each hour. Double zero roulette doubles your leak over single zero. Craps has a lot of noise. The best bet in the house is the free odds at 0%. The carnival side bets are fun, but pricey. In Baccarat, the tie is a bright light with a big hole under it. Here is the lever you control. Slow the decisions and pick fair rules. Choose 3 to 2 blackjack. Sit at a full table. If you can, avoid continuous shufflers. Take bathroom breaks. Chat with friends. Watch a show. Fewer hands per hour means a lower burn rate. At craps, play the pass line and take the max odds you can afford. Many tables offer 3, 4, 5 times odds. That can dilute your effective edge toward around 0.6 to 0.8%. Your swings get bigger, so set your bankroll and pace yourself. At roulette, hunt for single zero if you can find it. Use your player card on the games that pay well. Target full-pay video poker and promotions when you see them. If this kind of clear, numbers-first guide clicks for you, hit subscribe so you do not miss the next one. Now the payoff math. A $25 blackjack player sitting heads up plays about 200 hands an hour. Even at a 1% true edge against you, that is about $50 per hour in expected loss. Slide to a full table at about 60 hands per hour with 3 to 2 rules. Your expected loss drops to around $7.50 per hour. Same bet size. Time is the difference. Halving hands per hour roughly halves hourly loss. No change to your bet. That is why the clock is your biggest lever. Move from penny slots with a 10 to 12% hold to $1 machines or strong video poker, and you can shave several points off the leak. A solid 9-6 jacks or better video poker game can return about 99.54% with perfect play. Add point promos and mailers, and you can get near break-even if you play perfectly and keep sessions sane. A few fine print notes. Paybacks vary by property and by denomination. The state and the UNLV Center share ranges, not the exact program in your machine. Cameras and analytics exist, but the details are private. Coverage is required. Comp formulas differ by operator. Numbers here are examples. Craps odds are 0% edge but add swings. Bankroll still matters. And no, there is no secret oxygen. The design and the service cadence keep you in the seat. Here is the closer. Vegas sells velocity. More decisions per minute means more revenue. Your lever is the clock. Slow your play. Pick fair rules. Skim comps only on good games. They can comp your drink, they cannot comp your time. Make them rent it slowly. If you like clear, fast dives into how big systems really work, subscribe and drop a like. There are more videos on money flows, odds, and hidden levers waiting on the channel. Thanks for hanging out, and play your minutes smart.